Hello everyone, welcome to Phase 1, the show where we look at pre-release content. Today we're going to be looking at Plants vs. Zombies 2 Garden Warfare, the beta for it. This is available for PS4 and Xbox One owners till the 18th, I believe. It's about a 17 gig download. It's not available currently for PC owners because they get screwed all the time. I get screwed all the time. I don't know what the deal is with this particular game. Like, the first game, it took months for there to be even after the Xbox One version, for there to be even an announcement of the PC version release date. Still pretty good port. And then, of course, PS4 got it way later, but that was after, the exclusivity deal had kind of expired. And now PC owners are not getting access to the beta, so whatever. Hopefully it's good on launch. Just don't pre-order, guys. Alright, so I was actually wanted to cover the original game. It was the original Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare game was actually pretty good. I wanted to cover it, and I did a video on it, but the file got corrupted. But anyway, it was a nice little budget shooter. It had microtransactions, but honestly, that was fine because it did end up paying for a lot of the post-launch support that we got. And yeah, there were sponsored, brand deals where you got, Cheetos, skins, and it was actually not as bad as you think. In any other game, it would be awful, and you would consider the game like the laughing stock of the industry, but actually some of these skins were kind of well designed. They actually added subclasses to the game, themed abilities and stuff. So it was not terrible. Was it Cheetos? There was a berry blast, some kind of drink. I don't know. I think there was a Cheetos one. Or Doritos. Yeah, Xbox One exclusive, guys. Anyway, so they had 4 classes last game, 1, 2, 3, 4. They had the All-Star, the Scientist, which was the support character, the healer, Engineer. You had the Foot Soldier, the basic character. Then you have Captain Deadbeard. You have the Super Brains, and the Imp. These are the 3 new characters. The Imp is this fast-attacking, low-health, burst damage kind of dude. Super Brains is kind of this cool hero character. He has short and long-range attacks. Good amount of health. Captain Deadbeard is kind of weird. He has some abilities that the Cactus had, which was the ability to summon this little companion and attack from a safe distance, and also call down airstrikes. Now you might be noticing these things right here. These are subclasses. Now the original game did this too, and these guys usually have themed abilities and different skins, which is kind of cool. I like that. It gives you some variation on the classes that you have. I'm not sure. I think the original game might have had more. But again, this is a beta, so that is to be expected for now. You also customize things like hats and appearance. So this is so there's really 2 things and this is going to tie into the microtransactions. You have to collect pieces to get the heroes that you have to collect a set, and I don't think you can get them individually. So, purchase the ones you want. You have to get packs. And that's tied into the microtransactions. You can also change up your abilities too. Change different slots, gestures, and character upgrades, of which we have none unlocked so far. And of course, you can also get all those little hats and skins and all that, which I do like. There was a lot of customization in the original. For $30, it was actually quite a nice deal. This time around, it's $60, and they still keep the microtransaction in, which is really disappointing. And that's kind of why it flew off my radar in the first place. I just didn't even care for it. But now that I've played it, I think I can get back into it. So yeah, 3 more character classes, whatever, for the plant sides. You got Rose. The Rose! Get it? Puns. You got Citron, which is the citrus alien thing. Saucer, whatever. Kernel Corn. Then you have the 4 base classes in the original game. Cactus, Sniper, Sunflower Support, Chomper, this melee class that can actually get a lot of one-hit kills, and then Pea Shooter. Pretty cool. One thing I liked is that I really can't call it gunplay, can I? Shooting off your weapons in this game feels really satisfying. In the original too. So actually, let's play as the Imp, because there's a really cool ability that I want to show you. It's kind of ridiculous. So, welcome to the game. This is the hub world. Now, in the original game, you kind of just had a menu, and you could just select where you want. It's a traditional game. Here you have this hub that you can access various things, your stats, your missions, all this other stuff. So, Graveyard Ops, that is You can actually have now. You actually can do Plants and Zombicide, and they each have their own themed areas. You can actually do like Plants had garden ops in the original, where you were just the plants, the 4 plants, and you would fight off waves of zombies. Now you can do that, I believe, if this is anything to go by, but you can do that as the zombies this time. So that's cool. You can level up experience for the zombies because in the original game you didn't have a lot of stuff to do with the plants outside. Sorry, as the zombies outside of the basic mode, which was, you know, garden warfare. Split screen is going to be available on launch, apparently, but only as far as I know, Xbox One and PS4. So if you're looking for that on PC, just bear in mind that the original PC Garden Warfare did not have local multiplayer. Neither did the Xbox 360, but the Xbox One did, and I want to say PS4 did as well. You got the multiplayer portal right here. And so they're going to be doing a system where they show off new content every day. So far, I'm not seeing much different. Now this is interesting. They're showing me like this multiplayer screen, and then I have to hit X to go to the next one. So maybe there might be some kind of single-player content. There is bots. So there's Vanquish confirmed and Takeover. Vanquish is basically kill confirmed. Now, a lot of these modes that I've seen are just carries over from the original. So I'm hoping they're going to do more modes. The maps are different, and they're actually really nicely designed. We'll get into that in a bit. You have like things like objectives that you can do, and you know, you have leaderboards over here that you can check out. Character progression. Here's the sticker shop. This is the cash shop. So I don't think you can buy anything right now in beta. You also get several gifts, so let's actually just open one. So this Wonders pack contains 7 items. These items are cool and have the possibility of making you cool as well. Yada yada yada. It's gonna give you something. So let's see here. Some of these are like AI that you can summon and help you out. So these are, it marks like accessories, consumable, yeah, stuff like that. Let's try to open this one. So yeah, now when you get one of these specific packs, now there are other like cheaper packs that you can get that'll give you random pieces, but if you get a character pack, it'll give you that exact character, so you don't have to, like, it won't give you like half of one, half the other, it'll give you a full set, which is kind of nice. I do like that. So we unlock the Zen Cactus. Now I do say you do collect coins a little bit faster. It only took me 2 games before I hit like, and then like some stuff in the backyard garden, whatever the hell it's called, this hub world, to hit 22,000. But if I wanted to get like a full character pack, I need 75,000, which kind of sucks. So let's just open the pack of greatness again with the coins I've acquired. Let's actually go out now and show you. So you can actually switch to the plant side, but we're going to be staying zombies for a bit. We'll show plants in the base game. Now, artistically, it looks really nice. And graphically, it's not too bad. Obviously, it's going to look way better on PC, I hope. I think the game is running at 60, although the frame rate does fluctuate a bit. Again, it is beta, and there is a lot of popping, and like sometimes there's flickering textures. It's a little bit of a rough beta. It's probably an earlier build, but more stable. They're probably... I would hope that the beta coming out, because EA has a tendency of doing like, oh, well, they release a really early stable beta, and then the beta that's going to be, you know, tested and then eventually released into the final product is generally a piece of unstable garbage. And that's kind of what happened with Battlefield 4. So what you can do here, we're not going to really spend too much time on this, but you can do this thing, which I believe you can do this with other players. You can raise this flag, and you can kind of just stay put, and it's sort of like a single-player horde mode. You can just go around and just shoot dudes. I've gotten to the end, it said, like, endless wave, or, like, endless ridiculous wave mode. I'm like, can I even beat this? Never really found out, because I got killed. So the Imp has this ability that if you wait long enough, you can basically stand by for Titanfall. It is almost exactly like Titanfall. Like, you even got, like, the ability to stomp and, like, shoot missiles. Which, actually, funny thing we mentioned Titanfall, because Titanfall had less content, despite being $60 less content than the original game, which I found to be hilarious. Like, the poor, weak developers can't, you know, put a bunch of effort and give us a bunch of content for Titanfall with like, a multiplayer-only game, yet a budget title, $30 like Plants vs. Zombies, even with the microtransaction system, on launch provided more modes, and then a bunch of extra post-launch support. Whereas Titanfall sold map packs, and they did make those free, but not before like a year after its release. Titanfall, just god damn it. I wanted that game to be so good, and it's still pretty fun, but Jesus, did they ever screw up. Hopefully Titanfall 2 will be a lot better. So yeah, this thing is, you have battery, sorry about that, I kind of went off there. So you have battery power, and that'll deplete, and you also have a bigger health bar, but the imp otherwise is very weak, and he's a lot of burst damage. Speaking of which, you can kind of just hold the right trigger and then just do this. Or you can hit R1 and do this. It is kind of ridiculous. Just like to point out again, the environments are really detailed, and like a lot of the maps just have a lot going on for them. Almost too much. Where I'm like, God, am I supposed to be doing something different? Like it looks like there's all this stuff going around, like these things that are being triggered. Do I have to? Am I supposed to be involved in the map? Are there some kind of hazards I'm supposed to trigger? And unfortunately, no. And I would have loved to see that, where you can have parts of the map just do things that are exclusive to certain maps, such as there's one where there's a giant robot being carried around. Why not have like that robot be dropped down and smash a bunch of plants? It would have been nice. You could also import your Plants vs Zombies Plants vs Zombies Garden Warfare 1 save. Now the problem with that, even though I actually really like that, and almost no other game does that, there is some caveats. You have to, if you're playing, like, let's say the Xbox One version, and you moved over to the PS4 as your main platform, you're not going to be able to transfer it over. Now, I'm not sure of the case if you're, because Plants vs. Zombies was originally released on Xbox 360. I don't know if you can move it, say, over from an Xbox One. Maybe it's because it's the same account, in theory. As long as you're using the same account, I think you'll be fine. But PC, you don't even have to worry about that. It's, I mean, provided you're using the same origin account. I do hope that on launch the PC version does get split screen, because we've been getting a resurgence of split screen games on PC, and it's been kind of great. I would love to see that. Alright, let's get into a multiplayer map, shall we? So we're gonna just do Turf Takeover. This is just kind of a grab bag of matches. We're gonna play like 1 or 2 as with the Plants and the Zombies. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Start. Okay, so we had a cut around there. Sorry about that. There is something absolutely horrible that is included in this beta. So, I didn't notice this before because when I was playing there was no one really talking. And this is a thing that was a problem with the original game on launch, and I can't believe they did this again. There's some things that get past QA that just boggle my mind. I know it's beta, but it is absolutely unacceptable and ridiculous for something this huge to not even be fixed. Let's see what it is, by the way. So let's just get into a game right here. Let me just check really quick. Is this the same one? I think these are the same people. Yeah, looks like it. Okay, so, perfect. So you're not hearing anything, right? So let's go to the options really quick. So, look sensitivity, controller vibration, all your usual stuff. You have button layout, not too many options. Stick layout. Aim assist, you can choose like how much it affects your game, which is cool. Master volume, music volume. You may be noticing there's no player volume. That's pretty horrible, considering that this is kind of a kid's game and people are you're gonna hear the screaming voices of the damned when playing this. So it's always going to go way over these volumes if you have everything else down. Now it's always on. Why do I have it always on? Well, because in order to mute everyone, you need to have it set to always on. That's dumb. That seems like a bug. But when you switch it off and then you try to mute them, you can't mute them. That is a huge problem. And now it seems that it's kind of bugged out, so I can't even demonstrate it anymore, which is a little bit weird. But anyway, well, it's actually probably for the best. But the fact that I have to that's on by default is incredibly annoying. You want to know why? Because people might not realize that, and they'll have stuff going on in the background. They might be courteous, and they don't want other people to hear that. So normally they would just turn have their own mics muted, but they might not realize their mics are muted. It just creates a lot of problems, and it's also annoying for us YouTubers or who want to record, or just anyone in general who just wants to relax, because they have to constantly going into this menu and mute everyone individually. There's no mute all button. Incredibly annoying. So this is the moon base. There's actually a lot of gravity involved into this. You can kind of jump around. And flying abilities do give you more added benefits. Foot Soldier has like this nice little machine gun, shoots pretty well. So zombies often have to defend, plants are kind of attacking and pushing. I do like how zombies do get a chance to defend. The other game, it was a lot of, well, they were attacking. They're never defending. There was one that was a progressive battleground, and it would progress the game as you play, but, you know, the zombies were always attacking and the plants were always defending, so it was... And it felt a little bit one-sided at times. Now, there is a lot more balance this time around, at least for the beta. Like, each team is sort of similar at the end of the day, because a lot of the classes do have certain abilities that kind of are like variants of the others. So, for example, the pirate character has this little parrot that he can use, summon that, and it works the same way as like the garlic that the cactus uses, which can call in airstrikes, and this one can do the same. It can also shoot. It also ascend and descend, which is pretty cool. Animation quality is really good in this game. I really enjoy them. There's a lot of particle effects when you're firing your weapons. There's a lot of it just really looks stylized, and the skyboxes are gorgeous, and it looks really nice. I just like it. It's really colorful. We need more of those in shooters. You can also put yourself in a bomb as the captain, light it up, and then detonate, which is kind of cool. If that even killed anyone. And I guess we won. So the plants didn't push at all, and we were able to defend. This is a similar thing that I was talking about before, where they had that expanding battleground, although it never really got a chance to expand. This does feel one-sided, though. They do need to do some balancing for this, because I've played as zombies and they've won every single game. I think I bugged it out, and now these people are talking, because I'm half tempted to just, like, edit in some, like, ear sodomy that was these people, like, oh my god, we won a match, and I just heard, just, like, just this kid screaming, and because, like, I have the headphones directly plugged in, and I don't have any volume control, so everything's done by the game, except for, voices for other people. So that was all the way at max, because I could not change it, and everything else was at music and, you know, sound effects were down all the way low, so just that piercing you at, like, 9:30 at night is... Oh, God. It's awful. Actually got enough for a sticker pack. Let's look into that. We're gonna do Vanquish really quick and they're gonna wrap it up. I'd like to see more modes. They do seem to be providing a good variety for both sides, unlike before it was just like zombies were attacking, plants were defending. But I have yet to see a few more maps that would impress me in a gameplay sense. Visually, they're very nice. They're nice eye candy. But they don't really interact. You can't really interact with them in unique ways, like have... I don't know, I'm trying to think of some multiplayer games where you can activate certain parts of the map. Like, there would be, like, you know, like something like turrets or things you can just activate in just your standard maps. So there might be gameplay modes featuring that. Oh, okay. Hmm. This is a pretty good map. So you interact by falling through the world. What? My God. Anyway. Game runs fine, looks pretty good. I can't wait for the PC version. They're even already offering pre-order bonuses, which don't pre-order this game, guys. Wait for it. Yeah, the beta looks promising, but you know what? So did Battlefield 4's beta. And look how that ended up. Yeah, it got fixed, but it took forever for it to get, like, the content and the fixes it deserved. Hopefully they work on a lot of post-launch support. There's no real season passes or anything. I'm fine with microtransactions if we get tons of post-launch support. But again, it's a $60 game. It shouldn't really have them in the first place. I don't believe in that at all. That's kind of ridiculous. And games seem to have been getting smaller and smaller with each, like, year that I've seen, like, with multiplayer games. And they rely on, like, their gameplay to really carry them through. And that's a huge problem, because a lot of these games, they aren't really fleshed out. They're kind of dumbed down to meet the Call of Duty standard of just turning your brain off and shooting stuff, and they think, like, okay, we can just sell season passes with that. And that can work, but it's not a good business model, because eventually you're kind of screwing yourself, because, like, oh, you're making this overly simplistic game with minimum features, and then the people are getting pissed at you because we have to now buy the season pass for all the content that makes the game feel more complete. Like, the game should already feel complete. Battlefront had a huge problem with this. Like, 4 maps for Walker Assault, which was, like, the premier mode, and then there was a handful of really crappy modes, and that was about it. Very minimal amount of content. Here, at least for the beta, there's a lot more to showcase. I mean, they only showed, like... Stop that! Oh my God! Again, it is beta, as you can see from the top right. It hasn't been this bad. Like, this is the first time that that's ever happened. Well, a bug that significant in a match. Anyway. If the base game could pull off at a budget, $30, I think this one can too. Just wait for the release. Don't pre-order. Make sure that it's... If you're fine with what's there for now, then okay, I'm not going to stop you from pre-ordering, but at least wait. I'm doing terrible in this game. Absolutely awful. But I still like it. I guess this game is back on my radar now. It is pretty fun. Just give us a PC demo, or... for God's sake, EA. Shoot the missiles. There we go. I think we won the game. You play till 50. Yay. Alright, but that's been Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare. Pretty good. I wanted to show you more, but with all those kids, like, popping in and out, I just don't think my ears can take it, and I really don't have much more to say. It's... The problem is with the original is that you really had only a few classes, and that was it. Here, it looks like you can get a couple more abilities, but a lot of the mechanics are pretty much the same. It's a very pick-up-and-play casual game. It's really all going to depend on the value that they add at launch. That's going to make it or break it for some people, and I really hope EA doesn't continue this track record of releasing games with such minimal amounts of content that pop in, though. I don't hate Battlefront. I don't hate Titanfall. I don't hate this version of Plants vs. Zombies, but I really wish they would just have more for me to play, because I like them. Of course, I would like to have more content in the game that I like. Alright, I'll see you guys next time. I'm out. God, I still love that.